welcome. This is IGTV, a production of New York City Metro Infraguard, and we have on the phone line with us, and you see her picture in the background there, morAhavua1. And Mor has been talking about interagency and intercountry cooperation, and we've been mentioning a number of conferences from around the globe, including those held here in New York City with our own New York City field office of the FBI. So, Mor, you were talking about one specific botnet, and you were starting to get into that when I rudely interrupted you. So, why don't you get right into that?
Okay, so yeah, so actually I was mentioning just a few examples from 2011 of how, very significant and very strong cooperation from different countries together with the FBI initiative brought down some very high-profile cyber criminal gangs. So, I mentioned Operation Trident Tribunal, which centered in the Ukraine, although 11 other countries were involved in the takedown of the whole operation. And there, we're talking about $72 million in losses from scareware and malvertising. That was an FBI-led initiative from the FBI Seattle headquarters. We also saw Operation Ghostbook, which had a gang in Estonia at its center, and the headquarters of FBI Minneapolis was behind another part of Operation Trident Tribunal. Back to Operation Ghostbook, these are countries that we usually don't think of being cooperative with the FBI, but in both cases we saw the security services of both the Ukraine and Estonia and a bunch of other countries get together to take down these very high-profile campaigns. Now, the last point I want to touch on is that looking into 2012, we're also going to see legislation improving information sharing between the public and private sector. Just back in December, there was a bill called the PRECISE Act, which wanted to streamline information sharing between the private and public sector. And that's very important because the private sector is usually, the first to see some of the most damaging criminal schemes. And then you have the public sector that, does R&D research with academia, with different law enforcement agencies. So the bill, the PRECISE Act, basically stands for Promoting and Enhancing Cybersecurity and Information Sharing Effectiveness.
Can you give me the number of that bill, or spell its name out for me so we can get that up on the chat as well?
Sure. So PRECISE Act is P as in penguin, R as in Renaissance, E, C as in cat, I, S as in Sam, and E as in excellent. PRECISE Act.
Oh, precise. Okay, I've got it. All right, good. All right, the PRECISE Act. And now, is that federal legislation?
That was a bill proposed by the House Homeland Security Committee back in December 2011. And the idea there is to streamline information sharing between the private and public sectors, which is becoming increasingly critical to be able to, find the exploits, the inherent problems that we have with online services, and then let R&D, whatever research and development personnel are there to investigate it.
All right, that's one on us, Mor. That's actually a good thing. It's called the PRECISE Act. All right, that came out in December of 2011. I guess by the Commerce Committee or one of those committees over there. Maybe we can look that up later on, and maybe if you have a link to that, Mor, let us know or put it up on the chat so people can kind of take a look at it. I think it's important for everybody to get a handle on. There's so much federal legislation being proposed that I'm sure it's difficult for our members to keep on top of all of that.
Okay, well, if you do Google PRECISE Act, you'll be sure to see several hits come up.
All right, good.
It is yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that then, and we'll get that up there. Anything else? We're just about ready to close out the second sector.
No, that's pretty much it. Given the Interpol's training, international training initiatives, and increased cooperation we've seen over 2011.
All right, that all sounds very, very good. That's morAhavua1 from RSA's fraud detection labs, research labs over in Israel. And thank you very much. And we'll be looking forward to actually Phil just put the Precise Act up on the chat, so thank you for that. All right, and we'll hear more from, I guess, Lamar Kessam coming up in the next 3 weeks as you get a break. All right, take care. Bye now. Okay, so that's kind of interesting, everybody. A couple of things posted up there. The first, of course, is the RSA, and I think that's the trends report, which is going to be kind of interesting for us to look at. And Phil has put that up on the chat, by the way. That's the RSA.com online fraud link that's up there. And now he's just put up the Precise Act, and you can take a look at that as well as time allows. All right, and take a look at that and digest that, and we'll figure out what that is. Oh, we've got a little less than 5 minutes before we hear from William Murray, and that should come up fairly quick on the program. And we're going to listen to our friends over at Microsoft as they talk about the incoming zombies. All right, stand by, folks. We'll be right back after the zombie attack.
Hey, I'm David. The other day I was hanging with my roommates and I was thinking, mowing down zombies is cool and all, but I kind of want to know what they're like on the inside. Then Windows 7 comes out, and now I can stream internet stuff wirelessly from the PC to there.
The zombie forms a loving bond with his fellow man-eater, the Great White.
Suddenly, the dead don't seem so dead to me. I'm a PC, and Windows 7 was my idea.
And we're back, and good morning, everybody. And, just a little bit of roundup on the news. Some of what morAhavua1 is talking about is this international cooperation with information technology, security issues, and risk management issues, which has been going on quite vibrantly, quite frankly, for a number of years with the security personnel in each one of those global Fortune 5,000 companies. That's been going on for quite some time. I think what's really going on is companies are starting to recognize some of the threats and some of the risks that are out there, and as U.S. law enforcement authorities and international law enforcement authorities begin talking and exchanging information, all of this is coming out for better for everybody out there. So this is all a very, very good thing. All right, it's something the Secret Service has been doing for years, something the FBI has been doing for years. But like everything else, these relationships take time to build. All right, and the trust within countries takes time to build as well. And of course, the United States has been in there trying to help some of these smaller countries out for quite some time now. All right, so having them all come on board now and beginning more a fluid conversation on all of this is very enlightening. We're just thrilled about it. All right, so in about 2 to 3 minutes, we'll be hearing from William H. Murray with the InfraGard editorial, and he'll be coming up with Essentials 2, and he'll be discussing that very, very soon. Phil has just posted a second post on the Precise Act, and I guess, let's see here. Yes, that's the second post. All right, so we're good there as well. All right, let me just shop around here and see what else we've got going on, just in case I'm not missing something here. All right, and I am not. All right, so we wanted to try and get into the Daily Source Report. I've got like 2 minutes here before Bill comes up. And one of the things in the cyber terrorism, cyber warfare area, I thought everybody might be interested in, and let me just go back to the text here. There we go. That's better. Okay, and, researchers unearthed more Chinese links to defense contractor attacks. Well, we hear a lot of hype about the defense contractors and Chinese attacks, and quite frankly, I'm a little sick of it. If these defense contractors, had their shields up, so to speak, and really understood what the threats were, I'd say these attacks would be certainly a little less frequent and a little less more annoying to people who kind of watch this, like myself, out in the industry today. I'm a little tired of everybody saying, "Oh, gee, here it's the Chinese again." There's enough to blame on the Chinese, insofar as our trade and them influencing their own, financial matters and things of that nature. There's more than enough blame to go around the house. And, I don't sit here as saying, that the Chinese aren't guilty of anything. They certainly are, so are we. All right. There's plenty of that guilt to go around and plenty of attribution to give to everyone out there in the industry as commercial espionage and international espionage. It's going to go on, folks, and it's going to be on there for some time to come. All right. So, let me just see here. Okay. We've got Bill coming in right now. Good morning, Bill. How are you?
Morning, Joe.
Okay. All right, let me just set things up here so we've got you already